How we doing, buddy? Um, you want to dive into some college ball since we've been talking about it?
Mhm.
Here we go. I'm gonna throw up the bracket here. We're at the end of it. There's only one more position to be taken, and that's that national championship spot. You want to start with Oregon and Indiana, or Ole Miss and Miami?
Let's go Ole Miss and Miami. It happened first.
Okay. Um, Obviously we're looking at the bracket. Miami took down Ole Miss. What do you think was the big story from this game? Excuse me.
Um, they just both played their ass off. You know what I mean? Like Ole Miss still not giving up. I would say, like they still fought and fought. And Carson Beck as a quarterback for Miami, he played a good game. You know what I mean? He's one of the older quarterbacks. He's like 23, 24. He's been around a lot. He was on Georgia a couple of years ago, I think maybe even last year. And a lot of haters, you know what I'm saying, being an older QB, somebody that's been around a lot. He's been projected to go high in some of these drafts and then hasn't because he's underperformed late in the season. You see what I mean?
Yep.
So it was good seeing him play good, have a good game. Miami doing all this. They have a great defense. Like I just saw a great defensive performance from both teams. Really, like yeah, it was 30-27, but it felt like they really had to fight for it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really see a lot of giving up plays other than Malachi Tony. He's a freshman. He actually reclassified, so he's a year younger than me. He should be a high school senior,
Okay. So
and he was
Malachi Tony.
yeah for Miami. He's
Yep.
popping off. He's
36
nuts.
yard touchdown. That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. He's cooking.
he's like
I
their best.
mean, I'm going over the stats, just looking at some of the stuff from the game, and like if you're going off passing yards, both teams 268 for Beck, 277 for Chambliss. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Chambliss definitely had. He played a great game. You know what I mean? And even down to the last drive, like they were slinging the ball, they were going for it, and I feel like there was some talks about there should have been a penalty. You know what I mean?
Okay.
At the end of the game for a pass interference, but it's hard to call that call like a pass interference at the end of the game on a Hail Mary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like Miami got a good win. I feel like they're definitely they got to prepare very very well for next week.
I got a question. Do
Yeah.
you think so? Like we look at the final score, it's 31-27. Miami had that one turnover. Do you think that that turnover was the deciding factor in this being so close? Like without that turnover, do you think we could have had a more definitive win for Miami?
Um, I don't know because there was times where it felt like Oregon also was shooting themselves in the foot a couple times.
They definitely shot themselves in the foot.
That's what I'm saying. Like it felt like there was times where they could have helped themselves a little more,
Hmm.
and that was just more on like I think the defense's ability. They really forced that. You know, I don't really think it was Miami giving up a turnover as much as Oregon. Like they went out, they wanted that pick.
Okay. I mean, I just ask because, like, do you think Miami going into these finals against a team right now as strong and as focused as Indiana, making that one mistake, do you think that could end up
Dude,
being a
especially
deciding
yeah, if they go
factor
out
for
here
men?
and make
Yes.
that mistake first play of the damn game, like Dante Moore, my boy, did, and throws a pick six first play of the game. Oh, Oh, Oregon fans were shook. Oregon fans were shook. What
And
would you do if you were an Oregon fan in that situation?
look, I can tell you, me and you have played the video game, and I've thrown a
Yeah,
pick
dude,
six the
that's
first
literally
play,
me and you
and
in
I've
college
quit.
football.
I've literally quit the game because it's like I can see how this is going. Granted, it's a video game, so I can restart, but in real life, you can't do that. And I know I've been on the sidelines of football. I've been on the field of football, and I know sometimes a play like that at the beginning of a game can change a team's whole mindset for the whole game.
Dude, it was vicious too. He jumped in that inside shoulder, wrestled it away, and took off with that thing.
I mean,
After that, I knew it was over, but they put absolute belt to ass. Like they did not let up. Kurt Signetti, the whole game, it was like 35-7.
mhm.
uh, I think it had to. And Kurt Signetti was just sitting there pissed off like he always is, like yelling at people for false starts and stuff. Uh, Fernando Mendoza, 5 touchdowns this game. Insane.
Definitely impressive.
You see what I'm saying? Only 177 yards, but it's like whenever you're making just like every right play, like he has more, I'm pretty sure it was more touchdowns than incompletions.
Yeah, I was going over some of those like crazy facts about his full year, especially his playoffs, and I wish I had them pulled up. If I was
Yeah, he
better
has more
prepared, I would.
touchdowns this playoffs than incompletions, which is just
Okay.
fucking insane. In 2 games, for like to throw more touchdowns than missed passes is wild.
So just out of curiosity, I mean, I noticed some things that really, I mean, hurt Oregon. For instance, like their QB Dante Moore, he had negative 28 rushing yards.
Yeah, they
That
were
can't
stacking the shit out of him.
that can't happen, bro. That's something that's detrimental to a whole team. Is I
Dude,
feel
this
like
Indiana squad just looks so focused and so hungry. It's like they're playing in creative mode and everybody else is in survival.
agreed. I
Like,
mean, and
oh,
then like
it's crazy.
just other stats looking at it, like Oregon and Indiana both had two fumbles, but Dante Moore lost two fumbles, like and Mendoza did not, which is
Yeah,
another deciding
Mendoza
factor.
had a crazy like he slips out the pocket real quick, runs up, hits somebody with the spin move, almost breaks free, but he fumbles. And out of nowhere, you just see his 300-pound lineman jump on screen and dive on the ball.
Yep.
It's like plays like that is what make Indiana great. It's like when everybody is so focused that fat ass lineman is chasing the QB down just to make sure if something like that happens, he's there to jump on the ball and then not hesitating, just jumping right on it. You know what I mean? It's plays like that that really put Indiana at this advantage, and I think at that level.
So I mean, just looking at the playoffs, that we got one more game left. Indiana, Miami. I think I'm gonna have to stick behind my pick of Indiana. I don't think there's any chance with how they've been playing that they lose this. I just don't see it. I think they're dominant right now. I think they're focused, and I think at this point they have something to prove.
This, I feel like it'll be the closest game Indiana has.
Okay. Why do you think that?
Uh, because they just put belt to both those other teams, and this Miami team has shown a lot of resilience. I think their D line is definitely gonna get some pressure on
Okay.
their on the quarterback. You see what I'm saying? Mendoza's gonna have to think quickly, which he's good at. Hmm. But
What do
they're
you
they're gonna be forcing him into tough spots, and I think Miami's offense also is good enough to keep up. Maybe, you know what I mean. Carson Beck, as I said, he's an old like one of the older QBs, more experienced. He's had playoff experience too, so he might not make the same mistakes that younger Oregon quarterback Dante Moore did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not a lot of people said an Alabama team that probably shouldn't have made the playoffs. You know what I mean? So
Hmm. What do you think is going to be the deciding factor of this championship game?
uh, if Indiana is really locked in, you know what I mean? If they're really locked in, I don't think there's no team that can stop them. But if there's just for some reason that we just see a meltdown, but I don't think we will. I think Indiana's just going to put the belt.
If I just to I guess put my 2 cents in, what I think it'll be is if Miami makes mistakes and how they handle mistakes. I think that'll be what the deciding factor
Well,
is.
also, what if Indiana makes a mistake early and they haven't had their back up against the wall?
That's fair. That's
You
fair.
see
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
they've
Maybe
been
and
pretty focused. They have been playing very solid football. I
so
mean,
what if
I
they make
guess
a
we haven't
mistake
seen
and
them
they're not
slip.
used
Yeah.
to having to come back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen them really slip up yet. So that could be interesting as well. I didn't think about it that way. So I mean, I that could be if I was Miami, that might be my focus is let's push mistakes. Let's make them mess up.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I
why
mean,
I was trying to say like their D line can force their quarterback into some tough positions where he could potentially make some mistakes or get sacked, fumble, backward, yeah, all types of stuff.
from what I've seen from Mendoza though, he plays very smart ball. So
Dude,
even
he's such
in
a
those
smart.
when
He's
he
a
plays
genius.
and he gets in those tough situations, he's 9 times out of 10 times he prevails. He figures out a way out of it. So I mean, that's the other thing is like Miami's not just gonna have to play, aggressive in your face football, but they're gonna have to play smart football. And I mean, I don't doubt they can, but just with the season and how Indiana has presented themselves, from what I've seen, they're all really humble about how this season's went, and they really exude greatness. I know you mentioned it the other day, or on one of the latest podcasts we was on, um, that Mendoza presents himself so well, whether it's on interviews, whether it's after the game, in the game, like how he presents himself, and it really reflects on the whole team. So I mean, I just think with how well presented Indiana has been, I I don't see them failing.
My guess is 42-28 my or 42-28 Indiana.
Okay, I'm not gonna throw out any numbers, because, but I'll go Indiana. Indiana for sure. I just don't see it. And once again, I want to see some history. 16-0. I'd love to see it. Um,
First time since like fucking Yale in 1884.
Let me see it. Let me see some
Yeah.
history. Let me live some history. Let us watch some history live and in color.